Hello everyone and welcome back to Fableheim and Aria Chronicle. We resume our Successor difficulty progression focused playthrough in town. We are level 4, the glorious level of unlocking ultimates, and we have just defeated the very first boss available. Today we'll be doing more of the main quest to get to the second zone, which is absolutely horrifying, but I wanted to bring you up to speed on what I've done so far. For Arya, we unlocked the second talent. We did it for everybody, and Arya is currently using Phase Shift. Now, Phase Shift is a little sketch. It's whenever you take damage, you have a 50% chance of going into Phase Shift, which gives you 20% damage multiplier, 100% physical resist, but you lose 50% magic resist. I personally don't think this is good later, but early on, there are not too many sources of magic damage, so it's probably really good. Damage multiplier is a nice touch. I'd probably go with Weapon Master for the effect chance, otherwise, when wielding a staff, because we presently have a staff. For Brahma, the Druid, I also like Weapon Master for the effect chance for the Druid, but I'm going to use Karma, 1, because it doesn't have a weapon, and 2, I'm very afraid that we could just randomly die, very possible on Successor. So whenever Brahma reses somebody, his cooldowns are reduced by 1 and he gets HP and MP, both of which are, of course, important. Our lovely Invoker Barzani got his second trait, and again, I like Weapon Master. It's pretty good. He actually does have a weapon, a little dagger, to shank people. But I went with Dark Assailant instead. Whenever he summons a familiar, it will have Dark Shield. I like this because we're summoning the familiar into the front line to get punched by people. So that's a nice touch. In the future, he might go Weapon Master, but as an Invoker, he can only equip daggers and stuff. Yeah. Effect chance might not be bad for him. For Fabian, the Dragon Slayer of Legend, for his second talent, we went ahead and equipped Winning Streak. This makes it so whenever an enemy is defeated, he gets plus 20 hit points as a heal. Of course, Fabian is our tanky boy, with the counter and the taunting and the getting slapped, so it seemed appropriate that he had a way to self-sustain. Of course, Tila, our mostly geared character, and by mostly I mean most geared character, there's no Lee there. We're still running March in Deterrence, so that anytime an enemy gets a buff, she becomes more powerful. Weapon Master is perhaps an option. 17% evasion on a Paladin. Wow. Huh. I wonder if we can turn her into an evasion frontline character. That would be so weird. But on top of skills and talents, another thing to take a peek at in town is traits. And to talk about traits, I am back in the future with a speed run talk down because there's a lot of traits and a lot to talk about. Also, I screwed up when I did this the first time, so we're going to go over it again.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
Tila, our lovely paladin in the front line, as Cryptid Hunter, so she gains extra damage and accuracy against cryptids. All expertise things are like this, they just affect various different enemy types. There is also one where it does nothing. What a glorious trait. She is vertically challenged, so she has plus 5% evasion and minus 5% crit rate. As our primary DPS, this might be bad, but it is worth noting the 5% evasion has brought her up to 12% evasion, and she can kinda counteract it, the negative aspect, with the Incarnation and the Sacred Fire, both of which give her additional crit rate. So, do we want her to be more survival or want her to do more damage? Spoiler alert, we want her to do more damage. All story characters such as Tila, Arya, Yvonne, and yet unnamed character, because it's story spoilers, have key person as their personality. This cannot be removed, it cannot be changed, but it means that they will never die. They are immortal. Isn't it great? They also will not retreat during battle. Yep, I've actually never seen this. For our lovely warrior Fabian, the man, the myth, the legend, his expertise is Undead Hunter, so he's good against undead. That will be useful soon. The third zone to be exact. He also received the Jinx, the best possible Jinx for our tank. Wrong place, wrong time. There's a 10% chance of him being attacked in place of an ally. This If there was an option to lock this in so it is never removed under any condition, I'd press that button in a heartbeat. For our Invoker Barzani, he actually had 4, but I removed one of them. For his body type, he is also vertically challenged, which increases his evasion and reduces his crit rate. For him, this is fine. We don't want him to get hit. What is your evasion presently, Mr. Dancer? It's 10%. 10%'s okay. Critting on the Evoker is nice because, of course, their abilities do an obscene amount of damage of all types. But for now, it's going to be a while before he actually gets involved. He's just a familiar summoner for now. For his personality, he is generous, which increases healing power by 3 but reduces healing received by 20%, which is not great. The only way this would be good is if this healing power affects his familiar who can heal. I don't think it does, and I'm not sure how to test it. But hey, we don't have the money to remove this. For his habit, he had something called Adroit, which gave him 3% crit rate but minus 10% damage multiplier. I've mentioned that Barzani is not doing a whole lot of DPS right now, but when he does DPS, I need him to do DPS. So we got rid of that shit real fast. Cost me 800 gold, damn it. For his Jinx, he has Gambler's Fallacy. This is a annoying one, but it's not bad. It could be good. Whenever Barzani misses with an attack, which really sucks with the Invoker, by the way. For his next attack, he gets accuracy minus 20%, but crit rate minus 50%. So he has less of a chance to hit again. Missing twice would suck. But if he does hit, it's probably going to crit. I'm probably going to get rid of this one as well, because I hate missing. I really hate missing. For Brahma, the one who I messed things up on, he has Undead Hunter, so just like Fabian, he is good at killing the undead. What were you good against? None, that's right. Now, here's the one that I was confused about. Old Fogey. This is a personality, and it gives a damage multiplier plus 10% and mental control minus 50% targets allies. This means that every single person in the party has minus 50% mental control. Where I got confused is that mental control is a stat that affects their happiness. You can see the little smiling faces here. So, the more mental control you have, the less mental state damage you'll take through dying, first of all, walking without stamina, failing a mission, all that sort of stuff. And the faster it will recover. We have negative versions, so this is a kind of a high risk, high reward sort of thing where as long as we don't die, life is good. I think I'm going to keep it. I was confusing it with Mesmerize Resistance, and minus 50% Mes Resistance would suck. So I think we'll keep this for now. There may come a day when, we're up against a wall and we're dying a bunch where this is going to be removed, but for now. Plus 10 damage is nice. His habit is Eye for an Eye. This makes it so that if he takes damage, and which drops his HP below 50%, there's a 50% chance that he's going to get a 20% damage multiplier, which would, of course, affect is healing, which is fantastic. It does reduce his max HP by 10% at all times, but that's okay. That's alright. I don't mind too much. Now for our Princess Arya. She is a humanoid hunter. Isn't that ironic? So she's good at fighting humanoids. Great! Of course, she is a key person just like our frontline hypercarry Tila, and her habit is Onychophagia, which gives her plus 1 HP every single turn, like restoring health, but she loses 10 evasion. I don't think this is good. It could be okay, but evasion is a good way of accidentally not dying, and even if it's accidental, as long as I'm not dying, I'm a happy camper. So evasion is going to be one of her primary means of survival, and right now she has -5, so as long as the enemy has 95% chance to hit, they're probably going to hit her. I think there's a penalty for her being in the backline, but whatever. Alright, those were our present traits. They'll change many a times in the near future, I assure you, but for now, we move on. With our crew... Yes, I'm hurrying. To the traces of the phonetics. Like I said, we're skipping pretty much the entire story. We're just here for the progression, for the feeling of growth. Also, it's very loud. I turned it down a little bit. Did I have assigned a bonus quest here? Don't know. Now, do we start the counter shenanigans? I have swipe now, look at that. You know what, let's do that. Oh, I should have taunted. There was a taunt that was supposed to go in there too. I'm still getting the sequences down. Honestly, if I was just going to attack, wow. Did you miss? Is that what just happened there? As always, Tila is here absolutely destroying the universe because that's what she does. We have activated phase shift because we got slapped. Because of course we did. Why wouldn't we? Honestly, I feel like I don't even need. I probably should. Oh yeah, Arya at level 4, the mage gets her main source of DPS, and that is to explode elemental status effects. Which is about as awesome as it sounds. Oh, lives at 1. I should have just waited for the arcane arrow to come up. There is a fun little trick you can do later on with the mage, where you begin channeling with the invoker, then you give him, I didn't even see this, you give him the bonus AP with vacuum energy, and then he's able to summon the familiar turn 1, assuming he doesn't have his just summon it. Or, you know, he starts with 1 arcane thirst thing, which is probably something we're gonna do. Let's see, this is a medium map if I recall, so I don't really want to dump my energy doing stuff that may or may not be useful. If you have the dancer with you, you can search stuff for free. We do not have a sub quest, so I could just look for the main quest, I guess. I mean, it would be nice to get more materials, but this is a level 3 quest, so it is a little bit beneath us, as 'twere. Not a tremendous amount. I'm also going to heal here, just in case. Arya is our princesa. We can't have her randomly dying. Some shite. I say that now, but she's gonna be dying to a lot of random stuff. Which is why, of course, I gave her the phase shift. I am incredibly, in case you couldn't tell, I'm incredibly terrified of what awaits us in the future. One shot. I guess it really is not that easy to one-shot things, huh? These guys, whenever you kill one of their friends, they get regeneration. Isn't that nice? Stop. You know what I could do? I was doing this off camera, so I guess I could just keep doing it. I was literally defending with everybody until it was Tila's turn. I think I mentioned this last time too, didn't I? I think so. But basically everyone would just defend, and upon Tila's turn, I would just get the one-shot, which would give me bonus experience. Boom. Get that. Tila also gains bonus stats whenever they get their hive mindy thingy, which is gain regen on kill. Hey, look at that. We skipped this whole map. Should we have done that? Maybe, maybe not. We're not going into this full health, but that's okay. We don't need to. Yep. By the way, the TLDR here is we saw that really weird shrine thing when we first came to this place, and I'm actually going to Guardians now. And the blacksmith, Emma, told us about a place where cultists were gathering, and now we're here to investigate it. Boom, you're caught up. I could Totality Lightning Shield here, but I think it would be more worth it to silence these characters. Oh, Arya. That wasn't exact lethal. Now, we're gonna do the exact same thing we did last time. Our strategy... Oh. You know what? We're even gonna bind him. Do less damage. This is one of the few things the Invoker cannot do without Arcane Thirst or his pet. And it's glorious. What's your stun rate? 25%. I like how so many things just have a random percent chance to not be stunned in Successor difficulty. Now, the Cultist, the reason I'm scared of this Executioner guy is because he is very capable of just one-shotting somebody. And now he's dead. Great! Fantastic. You didn't have to do anything, Fabian. Up. And that's why mages are so good. One of the many reasons, of course. You're strong. Yep, thanks. I hope I continue to be strong. Oh, this warlock is named Ishtar. That would be so cool. I wish you could rename people. That's the one thing I dislike about this game. There's no rename mechanic. None. Nada. Zip. Zilch. That would make me so happy. We have finally unlocked the black market. This is one of my favorite NPCs. I love Nadia. But at the black market, you can find all sorts of random shite. And you can exchange boss trophies. So we have only slain the first boss, which is the Wyvern. And for that, we can get the Venom Fang. Attack power 3, crit rate 3, crit effect chance. This might be good for Arya, actually. Warrior, Rogue, Mage, Warlock, Cook. Or the Venom Scale Armor. Max HP 6, max armor 2, speed 3, evasion 2, poison resistance 50%. Ironically, this should probably go on our warrior. Fabian should wear leather. Fabian presently is, of course, wearing the basic thing. But you all know me, and I love to kill. The greatest offense, the greatest defense is a good offense. Honestly, he could get the Venom Fang as well. But we're going to take it on Arya. It is a sizable upgrade for Arya, so there you go. She can now stab things with venom. Isn't that grand? Also, real quick, before I go fiddle around with stuff again, it is very important, in case you're curious, to level the village hall. You may not think so, but this increases your maximum stamina, so you can explore more and get lost like I do. It also increases your max hero capacity, but I really don't care about that. It's all about the stamina. I'm also going to upgrade you. Am I going to do it twice? You know what? That seems worth it. Kind of. I honestly think the smithy is kind of more worth it. But we can always just sell stuff, like the stick. I shouldn't have sold the stick. I was going to use that stick. And the shield that I probably could have found a use for. You know, just all this random stuff that's sitting around. I hoard consumables like a madman. But we can sell shovels. We can do that. Because we have the warrior, who is effectively a living shovel. We've unlocked the second tier stuff. Yeah, iron. Iron. Remember when I said that upgrading the smithy might be more important than the black market? Well, I lied. I got the Obsidian Staff from the black market. I did have to sell quite a bit to get it, but this is a tremendous upgrade even from the Venom Dagger that we literally just obtained. The Obsidian Staff gives 4 attack power, which translates into magic for our mage, 10% HP drain, and 5% effect chance. Compare that to the dagger, which is now in the hands of Parzani, which has 3 attack power, 3 crit rate, and 3% effect chance. I was going to give the Obsidian Staff, I wanted it to be an Arya, but I gave it to Brahma for a little bit, for one little side mission, because technically it was better for him to have it. But then I found this, and suddenly I changed my mind. The Marble Staff gives 4 attack power, 1 magical attack, and 1 healing power. I believe magical attack also increases healing. So this should be +6 healing in total, which is obscene. We're pretty much fully geared out now. We're just missing some accessories for Brahma and Barzani. There's not a whole lot of options right now, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Fabian, the tried and the true, has a shield now. I know two-handed is all fun and games when you're being smacked, but Fabian's role is not to two-hand smack things. It is to tank, and while tanking, do a little bit of damage. So we'll be changing... Actually, I think I'm just going to keep this. I do have an option now between the War Axe and the Battle Axe. Maybe we do that. So if we're using Weapon Master, Axe increases crit power. So that's 30%. This is plus 20% crit power. Arya at 5, which we're really close to, as you can see. It's vacuum energy. That's 6. Okay. Never mind. Anyway, when Arya gets vacuum energy, she can guarantee a crit, and I think you can kind of cheese it out so that when Fabian activates his counter, which is how we've pretty much been using him, you can vacuum energy him and make it so that every single one of his counters is a crit. The buff isn't consumed. I think. We're going to try it anyway. We'll see if we can make it work. Alright. I think you're caught up now. I did do one side mission. I got an orc shield for little Tila. Oh, and I am feeling the penalties of Old Fogey. Fabian fell down. And one death brought him to 71% mentality. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The new zone is scary. I did one little hunt in the side quest to pick up some iron, but I still don't have enough iron. But I want to take on all of the bosses at their appropriate level. And so, just like with the Wyvern, we went with level 3. I mean, Tila was level 4. We're going at level 4 to the Ogre. An Ogre stole all of the farm's carrots, defeat the Ogre, and avenge the farmer. Poor little farmer. I am broke, that's right. So here we go. With our lovely team. Ironically, having sensitive mentality for Fabian isn't the end of the world. Okay. At 71% mentality sensitive, Fabian is a little on edge. He gets 2 attack power, -3 accuracy, -3 evasion, +3 crit rate, +20 crit power, and -2 healing power. Can I change your weapon right now? Because I might just make it this again. So he's a little bit better offensively and a little bit worse defensively. If I take a look at the map, I'm like 97% sure it's right here. This is why I love the Druid. I am going to try and fully explore. Am I going to click that? Am I going to click the Dragon Shrine? We do not have a priest with us, so we can actually loot these old remains, but to save stamina, I'm not going to. Fix this. So the reason I never click those is because of that curse. Our sub-quest here is to open all chests, so we're probably going to do that. To the best of our abilities. This curse, somehow Fabian resisted this. I'm not sure, but the curse here gives -200% crit rate. This means this is incredibly terrible. Loser crit. What this means is that ooh, we can exercise this with Tila. Even if we crit, it's not just that we're going to do less crit damage. We are going to do 0 damage with our crit. So that's really not good. So we're going to go all in. This new zone, the dry, whatever this is called, is really scary. So we're going to be busting out all of the tools to make sure we don't die. Fabian is, of course, our taunter. And hopefully it just works out. His shield does give him a bit of innate... I don't want to do this. That's a lot of hit points. His shield does give him a little bit of innate stuff. Innate aggro. So it's probably best that I keep him alive, huh? I wanted to haste, but, you know. She is our damage dealer, but these giant rock golems are pretty important to put into the ground as soon as possible. Is our healer going to heal, or is our healer going to do other things? I'm pretty sure this can't be removed. Yeah. We just have to do 2 battles. So I need to go find people to kill besides the boss. Do not stun me. Son of a... I feel like I had a very specific request. And this is part of why this zone is freaking hard. Part of it. This isn't even all of it. It gets worse. Believe it or not. I can get pretty close to killing this guy, actually. Tila has been electrocuted, which sucks. We can mirage him to try and give him bonus evasion so he doesn't die a horrible, painful death. We could double turn our druid. Are we that desperate? Kind of. Because I need to cleanse this. Oh, dear. How long does this last? Is this going away then? So we're going to heal first and then we'll cleanse after that. Just in case he gets more random shit on him. As Tila is electrocuted, she can't do anything but slap. We are going to summon the familiar this time. We're not actually going to fight. We're going to need the 6th body on the floor. And now we're going to go ahead and charm this. Get rid of all this stuff. He did get sullied, which is nice. These things are so annoying. They can divide themselves and combine themselves. It's so annoying. Now that I have a shield, I can actually stun people. I forgot about that. Wow. Aww. Close, but no cigar. Oh, that is bad. Holy shit, this zone. I don't have an holy water atomizer. And when he dies, he becomes one of those. Okay. We're gonna have to use consumables here. Electrocution means I cannot use any skills, which for a team of a backline of spellcasters is really bad. As you can imagine. Now, I want to heal us, but I also want to YOLO the 63%. Also, this Scales of Lightning is some bullshit. What are the chances I can hit this? I mean, it's 63%. It's probably better for me just to heal. The heal's reliable anyway. We're still taunting with Fabian, the man, the myth, the legend, who is hopefully preventing terrible things from happening. You try and stun this guy? My counter has worn off. We are still taunted for one more round anyway. I protected the familiar. Look at that. The familiar can do that as well. My dying familiar. Of course I'm electrocuted. If I wasn't electrocuted, I'd crevasse this and blow up the frostbite and kill it. But I might be able to one-shot this, even with its 4 armor. That would be worth if I can do it. Ah, oh, so close. Can you do it? Ah. Oh, this was our first battle. Oh, there's a familiar healing. See, I told you the familiar is nice and helpful. We're going to be seeing a lot of the familiar. Okay, I think we're done taunting. I need mana for something. I'm going to try and stun that. I was kind of hoping that Tila's did... Oh, it lasts for one action, that's why. Maybe that deterrence isn't as good as I thought it was. Maybe it is. Who knows? You're weak to darkness, right? You're weak to nothing. Okay. That's fair. Dodge. One of the few things we can do without the Arcane Thirst on the Invoker is supporting our little friend here, who had a nice cleave going. I kind of don't want to do anything with you. You're just going to swing. The Druid does recover MP very slowly, so that's nifty. We need him to have as much MP as possible. 1 hit point. Let's go. Okay. Oh. I told you this place is awful. Are we all going to level up now? Nope. Just Tila. Tila at level 5, what do you get? We gain access to Judgment Strike. If the attack hits, your ally with the lowest HP will be healed. Oh, that's not bad. She also received Metabolism to get increased healing and Guardian to give her +2 max armor. I kind of like the deterrence here. We're going to get a lot of activations off of that. Was this? I've already forgotten. No, this was the pond. Okay. These are shortcuts. Well, the good news. There's 2 pieces of good news here. Believe it or not. Good news number 1. I can use this battle to get rid of my freaking curse. Good news number 2. There's none of the rock things to combine and be bullshit. Wow, they're all gonna burrow. That's not a particularly good sign. Am I gonna? I'm gonna ult. We're ulting. Okay. It's like that, I see. Incarnation, of course, is our mega buff that makes us mega strong. And with it, I'm pretty sure we can one-shot these. Yep. Which means we're gonna keep doing it. And this is why Arya is a mage, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna defend. Not even gonna. I guess I no defend. We are taunted, of course, so there's a chance they could hit us. Do not confuse. Okay. Look at that protect. That was a 10% chance that we rolled. And it was glorious. Can I hit this? 83%. What? What just happened? Unfortunately, in moments like this, Arya is not particularly helpful. I mean, we can set him on fire. Great. I can kill both of them. Great. Ooh. I do not want you to attack me, so I'm gonna charm you. I have to get Ascension out of my mind. Because confusion is in Ascension is not the end of the world. Who's there? Would this heal me? It would. Ooh. 20 hit points. That's not bad. But confusion here means that they have a chance to attack me, which is not good. Cryptid Hunter. Hypermetropia. That's fine. That could be fine. Ooh, Powder of Magic Resist. That's really good. What was this? There's a lot of text. Minus 8 speed, minus 8 physical attack, minus 30% mental control when you take out an enemy, gains 5 speed and 5 physical attack. I mean, besides becoming slow, that's kind of completely irrelevant. Oh wait, do I just have 5 speed all the time? You know what, that might be okay. Because Arya is not taking out a whole lot of people right now. And you had this. Reduced accuracy, but increased accuracy against enemies in the backline. Is that okay? Right now, the druid's not doing a whole lot of... Whoa. Okay, we're coming back for that. That is a rich load. It said 8 stamina. Did they modify how that works? The way rich loads used to work is that it was too... I don't do it again, do I? There's no way 2 dragon statues in a row are going to give me the curse. See, I told you. I told you. Alright, we have 2 battles for this buff. Hopefully... Ideally... we just go punch the boss now. Hey Yuri, if you're watching, this is for you. Ads merchant. Take that. I'll take that. So in those cages... Well, it was effect chance and life drain, right? I like the debuff resistance here. This is probably what saved me from the curse. And as far as effect chance is concerned, you're like the only one really doing that. In those cages, you can find characters. The characters will have 2 particular traits. Trait 1, ooh, we got our subquest, is they will be your level. I just run down for the boss, right? They'll be your level. So if we find a person right now, they'll be your average level. They should be level 4. Which kind of sucks because we're about to hit level 5, but that's alright. Now I find the boss. The other specific trait they'll have is that for their body type, they will have Survivor. Which is so good. It's like 20% max HP. Oh, I'm level 5. Nice. I didn't change out any of my... passives, but we should be okay. So this is, anyway, Survivor, 20% max HP. You can't give it to other people. It's phenomenally good. And if we find a Survivor, Warrior, Invoker, I'm hesitant to give up the Warrior because Fabian is a great name, but Invoker, Druid, or even Paladin. Whew. Ooh. Okay, anyway, back to the boss. This is the Ogre, the second boss of the game. He begins asleep, and he will sleep for 2 actions. Enrage, when a buff duration ends, apply Frenzy. I believe this is his successor trait. So we have to try and kill him in 4 rounds or life is going to be horrible. We do not have the ult for good old Tila. So we're going to find out something to do. He is weak to darkness and resistant to a whole bunch of random shite. Great. 63% stun resist. Why? Okay, well. How do I make this better? I think what I do is I mirage you. I elemental weapon you. Yes. No. We elemental weapon Tila to make her do more damage. Fire is fine, it's just stacking. Actually, ooh, I just had a thought. I remember what this boss does. We should fire shield him. So that's 1 action, he's asleep. He gets 3 actions per turn, so waking him up wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Ooh, click the buttons, please. We're guards dancing, we're taunting, we're countering. You are going to thunderstorm? Are you? could bark skin our tanky boy. Is that what we're gonna do? We should Thunderstorm. Get this roll. This is damage at the end of the turn, guaranteed. Tila is going to Guardian's Light. This first turn, by the way, we're just doing a whole bunch of defensive stuff. Guardian's Light provides armor to everybody on the team. And, of course, our little... Link the Spirit of the Invoker and the Chosen Ally. And both will get Accuracy 10, Damage Multiplier 30, Max HP plus 3%, recover MP each turn. However, if the effect is removed from either character, the link will be broken. Both will be inflicted with stun. That's our new skill. And it sounds really good, doesn't it? Do I give that to Tila? Let's get our familiar out first. We're doing a little jig here. How dare you hit Tila? Whew, dodge. Game said no. The game said no. We have our ult for Tila, so Tila is going to get haste, I believe. Yes? No? Yes? Cool. Ult. We'll Sacred Oath next. Oh, she already took damage. Okay, never mind. It already took damage. So we lost the potential damage of First Blood, but it's okay. Mirage was dispelled. Not even surprised. What is your stun resist against? 63%. What the fiddly fudge? Let's work on breaking that armor, shall we? With our Druid now. You have a 13% Mez resist. Ooh, let's Bushfire. Blind 38. What's your bleed? 13. So Bushfire and Insect Swarm are both pretty effective against him. Let's Bushfire. Oof. Now that right there is an argument for giving Brahma the Obsidian Staff. I was kind of hoping this would all be on my tank, who is taunted, who has bonus aggro. You know, just all those sorts of things. Because the target is burning. When we have this, yeah, this is it. We got phase shift because we got hit by one of those attacks, so we have bonus damage, and now we set him on fire. That is a fat heal. Our armor break is on cooldown. We do still have full overpower benefits, so let's do that. Only 14, great. We can Insect Swarm. He resisted. Tila is still slapping. We can heal up our familiar here. I think we're gonna Spirit Link Tila. I should heal my familiar first. We can stack this Urge, by the way. Almost like indefinitely. Maybe I buff my familiar. Maybe that's what I do. The game wants me to use him. We have one more round of Incarnation. I think I'm going to go ahead and Judgment here. I think it's going to heal my familiar, which is hilarious. Yep. That's great. I can't set this on fire, so what if we just keep stacking the fire? 3 stacks. This Doze Off is a blind to the entire party. How does this work again? Frozen. Buff duration end. Gains 1 AP. Oh, I don't know. It's not telling me. Now, due to the fact that I am blinded, which sucks, can I use this? No. If I tried to indiscriminate, I would have like a 0% hit chance. But I'm tired of waiting. Do I really be this bold? Resistant. Now, I could Charm to remove the blind from important people, but honestly... Fear. Yes! Fearful gives them a chance to skip their turn. I love Fearful. You know what? Let's Spirit Link Tila. My pet. Tila. My pet. Tila. My pet. There you go, Tila. I thought about the pet, okay? we can actually almost ult. So I don't want a Sacred Fire, because next turn I'm ulting. So... am I doing any healing? You know what? Let's heal. This pulse is healing, so next turn we'll just become an Arbiter of Doom. Send out the fire. I guess I could have hasted there. He is now frenzied. Ow! Ow again! When the warrior gets low, endure procs. Ah. It is very unlikely that Arya is going to get hit again. 40 crit. I could even Eternal Service here. This is so good. But because we bound Tila, I think that's kind of our plan. We could also destabilize the Familiar. We could also use an item. We actually have a lot of choices here. You know what? That's Thirst. Thirst for that booty. Hey, hit Arya here. That's fine. Arya's phase shift makes her take no damage, so... Arya. 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 I promise... I love her. Alright? We have the Spirit Link. We have Incarnation. We have Sacred Fire. We're pulsing healing. Wait, did I just full heal my team? Holy shit, I did. I mean... that was all calculated. Yep. That entire thing was intended, and purposeful, and meaningful. 63. Roll the 63. Darn. I knew it was ambitious. I could Bushfire again to try and fear, so he has a chance to skip his turn. I could heal the front line, which might not be a terrible idea. Dodge. Shite. Oh. Tila. 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 And that, my friends, is what makes me feel... Why this talent? Is what makes me feel bad about ignoring the Paladin for her entire existence. While we're here, we'll take a peek at what's hiding in the secret area. Oh, which I guess I go this way for. Boom. There's usually an enemy here. Go ahead and heal. We have some lost documents that we can read because Arya is good at reading. We have an enemy. I'm shocked. And then there should be a chest at the very end. I didn't look to see what new stuff we got, but... I don't actually think Fabian has enough mana to do all of his taunty stuff. I hope you have enough damage. 1. You love to see it. Don't die, Fabian. Close. 73%. 50-50. I love Entangle, it's so good. We might... So in my normal playthrough, I played Arya as an offensive druid, and I went all in on effect chance. Those stuns, those fears, those burns and stuff that I kept trying to hit, I was all about that. We're gonna Spirit Link again. Why not? Boom. You can't hide from justice. You can't hide from justice. You may think you can. That was exactly lethal. Oh, I got Tendon Blow. Look at that. Yeah, I forgot how freaking mana intensive the warrior is. Holy shit. What if I just do nothing? I have Shield Wall as well. Oh, look at that. I'll roll it again. Oh no! Here, I'll bind you. I get buffs for them being bound, but then it's kind of like a reverse Uno. Because I get the buffs, they get debuffed. But if 2 rounds pass, then they get the buff. The Invoker is weird. I like him, but he's weird. The best part about the Invoker is the little jig he does when he's gathering his Arcane Thirst. He does a little dance. And it's the best part. Honestly, if I could make a gif of that, I would. But I don't. I don't know how to. Look at that. We did it, team. We beat the second boss. So let us check our spoils. Hi, thank you. Okay. Upgrade the black market. Nadia, there is a reason you're my favorite character. You've done so much work. So for defeating the Ogre, we have the option of 2 items, as always. The Giant Cactus, which can be used presently by our Warrior Paladin or Druid. +3 attack power, -5 speed, -10% evasion, +3 physical attack. So this is +6 Damai at the loss of quite a bit. I usually don't get this. The Giant Carrot is an orb, which gives 10% ultimate charge rate and plus 100% healing received. There is an argument, I don't know how much of one, that we should use this and give it to Tila. Oh yeah, at level 5 you can sacrifice heroes to the Dark Gods. That's always fun. Right now, Arya is using the Orc Shield, which gives her 1 max armor and 1 attack power, because of course, Tila is our offensive character. Why do you have negative 30% resistances? That's a no from me, dog. 1200 gold, oh my goodness. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yes, she has +1 attack power and +1 max armor from this shield, which is pretty good because she is, as previously mentioned, and observed during this battle, our offensive character. I did just get rid of 20% crit power, but we don't need that, trust me. So giving her the Giant Carrot wouldn't be terrible. Because it would mean that whenever she gets a heal, she is healed for a fat amount. And the ult charge rate means that she can go into Incarnation sooner. I kind of have sold myself on this, honestly. I don't want this cactus. This is terrible. You know what? Let's try it. I've never done it before. I actually don't think I've ever bought... If I bought the Ogre item, it was just to sell it. I don't think I've really ever used it before. So I'll give this a shot. We'll carry around the Giant Carrot. You can see Tila's fist here. She's gonna fist someone. As for the Amber Orb, I bought it as a snap decision, but I mean, I guess you can have it. Sure. The effect chance from the blue orb is really good for both the druid and the mage. You saw how much I wanted that, so... I almost want to give this effect chance to you, but 21% effect chance. Arya, of course, having effect chance means that her elemental stuff has a better chance of affecting the elemental statuses, which are pretty important, like being slower from frostbite, taking damage from burn, or the electrocution preventing them from using skills, and it's mostly important because then it can activate the elemental catalyst, so we want that to be a thing. Which is why I have all the effect chance on her. But that will be it for today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. We have conquered the second boss, and next time we move on to a main quest to find the way to Ascension. We are level 5, which, makes this a little less of a big deal, but the second zone, as you saw, is not taking prisoners. So, hopefully. We can also find a lot of survivors here, just in case we want to, practice our new sacrificing to the dark gods. But thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I forgot they talk here. As always, if you would like to stay up to date with everything happening on the channel, feel free to join the Discord description down below. Thank you to my patrons and channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. I hope you're all enjoying the meme thumbnails. I literally just ran out of assets to use because I've used them all before. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.